Hello guys, this is Vysh. We are going to discuss the 2018 prelims questions, which is the most toughest paper till date. You take last 15 years of questions, this is the toughest one, and you will understand that. Obviously, I have discussed 20 questions already, and you would have noticed that questions were difficult, and you yourself would have been maybe able to solve maybe 8 or 10 out of that 20. Okay, so that will continue that because this full series is going to be like that. So please pay attention, especially 2020 students who have to give prelims in the next 30-40 days. Okay, if this one you can crack, then 2020 will be much easier for you. Okay, and I'll explain the trend also. And about subscription, if you don't subscribe, you will be forced to move all the videos to a paid course. So please subscribe. Okay, because the number of people who has not subscribed and watching is far more than the people who have subscribed and watching. So if you cannot click on subscribe, obviously we'll have to design in such a way that we will decide who will watch the video. Okay, so please don't let us move there. Try to subscribe, and newcomers to this channel, WhatsApp us so that we can give you video links and guidance based on where you stand now. Okay, whichever year you're preparing, based on that video links will be given and you can start, and it's all free. Okay, all the videos which are given are free. Only test series will be a paid course. Okay, so the first question for today is again ACT. Okay, there are many ACT. In 2019 also, I think 12 questions were there about ACT. So it's very difficult nowadays because everybody cannot study all these clauses. Okay, so let's see in detail so that maybe this will take time, today's video, because 10 questions are all these kind of questions. Okay, so right to education, as per the Right to Education Act, to be eligible for appointment as a teacher in a state, a person would be required to possess the minimum qualification laid down by the concerned state council. Okay, so for a teacher to become in a state, this has to be followed. Qualification laid down by the state. That is actually false. Okay, it has to be actually by the center only. It's not the state one, it's the national council. Then as per the RT Act, for teaching primary classes, a candidate is required to pass a teacher eligibility test conducted in accordance with the National Council. So here it is given correctly, National Council. It is true. In India, more than 90% of teacher education institutions are directly under the state government. That is false. Okay. Actually, in RT Act, explicitly it is mentioned that the state don't have much teaching facilities for teachers. That is why center will be doing it. Okay, center will be supporting them. So here the answer is 2 only, but it was a very difficult question because nobody studies this much in detail. Also, in the RT page, if you go to the government page also, all these clauses are not mentioned. Okay, actually all these are taken from one section of the RT Act, which you will have to go inside a PDF and read it. Okay, normally when somebody teaches you RT Act, it will not be there. This is the PDF I'm talking about, where RT section number 23. In this, it's mentioned like National Council is there, and they will be giving all the details here, and here the point. State does not have adequate teacher education institutions. Okay, minimum qualification, everything will be laid down by the center only. Central government may notify minimum qualifications required for the appointment of teacher. Okay, so this is the detailed clause which nobody will study. So it's okay if this question you had skipped it or you have done mistake. And I would advise you, don't take a chance when these questions come, especially if you see the options. If the options are like this, okay, UPSC usually gives some hint through the options, but here even if you eliminate something, you cannot come to the answer. Okay, suppose this one you assume that okay, this cannot be true, and you cancel 3. Okay, even if you cancel 3, you will be again stuck with 1 and 2 and 2. Okay, that means 2 they will tell you it's true, but this 1 you will still keep thinking in the exam hall and you will waste your time. So instead, either keep it on hold or just don't waste time. Okay, just skip it. Okay, now if you go to directly RT, which every institute teaches you, this is how the basic things they will teach you. Okay, like it's the 86th constitutional amendment. 21A article was inserted, then 6 to 14 years became a fundamental right, education, and it came into effect in 2010. These are very basics, and this is what in Lakshmikant also to be written, and this is okay. This is what you will be expected to study also. Don't go behind what is there inside the PDF and all. You cannot study it unless you are preparing for mains. And then related to this amendment, please go and study at least the first 10 amendments and the last 10 amendments. Okay, totally there are only about 110 amendments. Okay, so it's not a very big thing to study. At least the recent ones which happened, like OBC committees formed or whatever new this thing added, and the first few, because UPSC asks questions only from the first few and the last few, or it should be very important, like the 42nd amendment or the 44th amendment, 86th amendment, and all these important ones are already mentioned in your Lakshmikant. So 3 things you have to do: first 10 amendments, last 10 amendments, and the amendments mentioned in Lakshmikant. Remaining, it's okay if you don't do. It's like somebody asks you what is the 29th amendment, nobody will know. No need to by heart it. Okay, but the important ones you have to study, which is there in Lakshmikant. And these are the clauses in the basic page of HRD ministry. So in this, nowhere that teacher related things which is asked in UPSC is mentioned. Even though this pupil teacher ratio is mentioned, then teacher training is mentioned in a general way. There is no mention like who will be setting the clause or how many teachers, like state has lesser than center. Such things is not mentioned here. So it's, as I told, it's okay if you did not know this answer. Okay, but now at least pause this video and make notes of these things. Okay, what you see here. This one is one easy question. Easy because it's taught by almost every institute and it was there in current affairs also. So one thing is this Kongjong you should know because it's there in spectrum also, because the Kongjong battle was there during the British days. So that is why this Manipur true, this you should know. And if you know that, you can eliminate two options. Okay, and Tangta dance is in news all the time. Okay, we at least for 3 years we ourselves are teaching it through the test series and revision chart, and it is again Manipur. Okay, so this one is actually wrong. So if you eliminate 3, you will get the answer as 1 and 2. Or you have to do a very good learning of current affair, and you will know that this festival is actually in Mizoram. It was in news in March 2018. Okay, this is the news article. Not in every newspaper, but it was there. Okay, so option 1 and 2 is the true, and this Kongjong is Manipur and Tangta is also Manipur. So that is how the answer is 1 and 2. And the students who are in Vysh IAS, just go and by heart all your revision chart, especially 2 days before your prelims, because one question will definitely come from there. Okay, there is a festival related chart where I've given all the sports, all the festivals, all the cultural parts of every state in India. So please by heart that. At least one question will be solvable and you will get 2 marks. Okay, while others will not get it. Next one, again an act. A lot of acts will be discussed in this video, so that's why it may a little bit lengthy than compared to yesterday's episode. So Food Safety Act 2006 replaced Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. Then FSSAI is under the charge of Director General of Health under the Ministry of this thing. So here actually 1 is true and 2 is false. Okay. So here if you see, one easy trick is like whenever UPSC puts a statement where the parent body or a parent organization or a parent ministry is asked, 99% it will be false. So even if you did not study and if you want to take an attempt, you can give it a negativity, like negative statement, and then look for the answer. Okay, but again here problem is it's a 2 statement type question, so you need to know both the ones, otherwise you cannot eliminate anything. And here the answer is actually true, and it is from the about us page of FSAI. Okay, I've taken directly from there, which normally nobody studies. That is why I told 2018, I don't know who set the question paper, they were in this kind of mode to take all the act and take the all irrelevant facts about the act, okay, which normally everybody won't study. So if you see here, a lot of act are there which got repealed when this act came. So if you want, you can by heart this, so that next time they ask something you can do. Okay, it's not only Food Adulteration Act, but all these acts were replaced by this act. And the chairman of this thing, like it's not like charge of Director General, it is charge of here, is a secretary, a rank of secretary to Government of India, and it is appointed by the central government. Okay, so this Director General is actually wrong. It is coming in Health Ministry only. Okay, so this part is wrong, but this is true. Okay, so this one you have to by heart only. There is no other option, because I don't know why. That's why it's not a very like important body, but still UPSC decided to ask the details of it. This is a little bit easy because every time it is in news since at least last 60-70 years, 2-state solution is in news. Israel, it's Israel and Palestine issue. So 2-state solution means that there should be a separate Palestine, okay, for a region for Muslims, and it should be west of Jordan River. Okay, so these kind of terms, Oslo Accords, or this river memorandum, and there are many, at least 15-16 things are there, because if you go to Wikipedia, Israel-Palestine issue, you will get all these side headings. By heart those side headings, because UPSC will ask like this, like Oslo Accords sometimes seen in the news is related to what. So you should know it is India, sorry, it is Israel-Palestine, okay, because they'll give options like that, like European Union and Germany or something, they'll give like that. So just by heart it. And about the map, okay, map is very important here because the favorite area from where maximum questions have come. So here this is Israel, and this patch which you see is Palestine area, which is like in dispute now. So main issue is this Jerusalem, Bethlehem issue. So that regional thing and all these things you can go and read. I don't want to discuss here. And these things which you see, Golan Heights, West Bank, and Gaza Strip. These 3 are asked many times by UPSC. And this is the Jordan River. So west of Jordan River. So this area is what they are telling 2 states you can make. One is Israel and one is Palestine. And this Jordan River is from Sea of Galilee to Dead Sea. Dead Sea also asked at least I think 2 times because it's the like salty sea, one of the saltiest, not the most one. I think 2nd or 3rd in order. And then water bodies are there. Like here, if you see, this is Mediterranean Sea, Jordan River between Sea of Galilee and Dead Sea. And here there is Gulf of Aqaba at the bottom. Gulf of Aqaba is actually Red Sea only, Red Sea opening. So you should know Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea, both borders are touched by Israel. And here Egypt is there. and here this triangle region is Sinai Peninsula. Sinai Peninsula is the region where Africa and Asia are touching each other. This is Syria, and you have to know more details like Syrian cities you have to know, and Jordan cities you have to know, because this is asked, okay, by UPSC. Like Jordan is landlocked kind of thing, meaning it doesn't open up to the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, that is one thing which UPSC asked. So Jordan does not open, but Israel, Syria and all, and Lebanon also is here above this, which you cannot see here. Lebanon is also touching. Lebanon is in news this year, so expect a question, map question from here. Okay. Again an act, National Food Security Act 2013. Okay, so see, they are not asking any 2019 or 18 or 17 act. They are asking all older act for no reason. Okay, that is why I told 2018 paper was very difficult. So the family coming under the category of below poverty line, BPL, only are eligible to receive this thing, subsidy. But that is wrong. It's not that thing. I will tell you in details. Then the eldest woman in the household of age 18 years or above shall be the head of the household for the purpose of ration card. That is actually true. Okay, as part of women empowerment, there is a clause like that mentioned in the NFSA Act. Okay, and then pregnant women and lactating mothers are entitled to take home ration of 1600 this thing. So this is wrong for two reasons. One is it's not under this NFSA Act. It is this integrated child development and midday meal scheme. It is there, and it's not 1600. It is 600 calorie. Okay, so they one thing is it doesn't fit into this thing, and even if it's fit, the value given is wrong. Okay, so it's like totally wrong. So here answer is 2 only. So here also if you see the options, there is no options like 1, 2 and 3 or something. They have put a very complicated one. Okay, even if you eliminate 3, you have to then still think like whether 1 is true or not. So every time there is a thing like you have to know 2 statements minimum. That is why 2018 was little complicated. Now these are the features of NFSA from the government website only I have taken. So whatever is written here should be here somewhere. See, women empowerment, eldest women 18 years, ration card. So that is the one thing, and it is not for actually BPL. It is like both rural and urban. They are giving like 75% of rural population and 50% of urban population is given. And overall, see, these are the amounts and all this. You can by heart if you want to, because if they want to make it difficult, they will again ask it. Okay, like this price of rice, wheat and coarse grains. Only this very basics. This is taken from government website only. So this basics if you know. And this one, this pregnant woman and lactating mothers, this one is their maternity benefit. But here they are asking about the take-home ration and all these things, which comes under a different scheme. So that also I will show you. This is one place I think it is mentioned, 600 calories for pregnant women and lactating mothers. I have also went into the detailed PDF of it. Okay, this is one of the PDF which I found. If you see here, integrated child development service. In this, who can take how much calories of this meal, take home kind of thing. So if you see here, see, pregnant women is this thing, 600 calories. Okay, so this and all in my MCQ test series it is there. So my students can by heart all these things. Don't worry, I'll give you all these things. Okay, 2020 students also, your final 3-4 tests are pending. In those tests, these things will be included, because I include every previous year paper questions, which is important. Okay, so next one. This is again easy question. Geographical indication. So if you know at least what is geographical indication, okay, there are certain things or products in which are famous in that state, and they like only they can sell it in that name. Okay, others cannot do it. So it is an obligation to what? So it's a WTO thing, and it is like very like it's expected for every UPSC student to know this. If you don't know this, means your preparation has been very weak, or your source from which you're studying is very weak, or your institute is not teaching you right. Okay, because I always tell you some are difficult, some are easy. So this is among the easy questions where you have to get 2 marks. And under WTO, Article 22 is there, which is if you want to by heart that number, you can, or in mains you can quote like Article 22 of the TRIPS agreement in WTO. That is where geographical indications are defined. Okay, what is the definition of it? So that you can read it here. Else anyway, it's don't need to read this much complicated thing. Simple definitions you will get it on the internet. And this is the TRIPS agreement. So if you see, it's an international legal agreement between all the member nations of WTO, and it's for this thing, okay, intellectual property. And see, Uruguay round, that is the time it was negotiated. GATT, which was there before that. After that, 1995 only this thing will come, WTO will come. See here, WTO 1995. And then important things, Doha Declaration. These kind of words have been asked by UPSC. You should know. Okay, WTO, there is something called ministerial meeting which happens where the ministers will come together. So try to find out how much frequently they meet, whether every year they meet or every 2 years they meet, because it's important. Okay, who and where was the last ministerial meeting happened, whether India hosted it ever. Like if you see here Doha, it is Doha Declaration because it was hosted by Doha, okay, Qatar. That is why it is called like that. Or here Uruguay round means it was in Uruguay. So there will be the place name. And so find out whether India ever hosted the ministerial meeting. These are things which UPSC will ask. Okay. and then see here what all it includes. The trips, first thing itself they have given this thing. Okay, geographical indication, industrial designs, patents, trademarks, everything you can imagine of this intellectual property kind of thing, all these are included under this. Okay, so the answer is WTO TRIPS agreement. This one again difficult question, because they have asked a little bit not a very like popular thing. Okay, like state governments do not have the power to auction non-coal mines. That is actually false. State governments have the power. Then Andhra Pradesh and Jharkhand do not have gold mines. That is also false. They have gold mines. Rajasthan has iron ore mines. That is true. Okay, so here it is difficult because again the options is set like this. I think they have copy pasted the options. There is the same options which you find in every question. Okay, they did not even change that. And here if you see, there is an act, MMDR Act, Mines and Minerals Act is there, which was amended in 2015. Based on that only this question is formed. So here you can see here somewhere it is there, the states can auction. Okay, I did not mark it. Granted through auction, state governments shall grant mining leases. Okay, it will be notified by the central government, but auctions will be done through the states. Okay, done by the states. So it is mentioned in the act, and it's again difficult. You cannot go and by heart all these clauses. So that is, you can study it now at least, like state governments can do it, non-coal mine auction. And Andhra Pradesh and Jharkhand, again, it's not very popular. Like in India, the gold mines are popular where it is in Karnataka, you know, the KGF area and all. But here, Andhra and Jharkhand is like, Jharkhand is in news all the time because gold gets like discovered every time. Okay, I will show you the news also. There's one website, Rajasthan website, which I got. There, all the mines. It's a very good website. So whatever minerals are in Rajasthan, they have listed it very neatly. Okay, their website. So there you can go and scroll this website. If you go, I have just taken the iron screenshot. So if you see bottom again, next one is lead, zinc and silver. So like that there are things. So here it is there. Iron ore mine is there in Rajasthan. So third statement is true. Okay, Rajasthan has iron ore mines. And about Jharkhand and this thing, I again went to another site. So that site they have listed all the gold mines of all the states. So Jharkhand has too many things, like there is something called alluvial gold, there is something called native gold, and all the locations are given. And Andhra Pradesh also, like it's lagging far behind Karnataka, but it's the second largest producer of gold. Okay, and regions are given here, Anantapur district and some Chittor district and all. So it is there, but it was difficult for students to answer this because we cannot by heart every state's every mineral. Okay, but at least now because it is asked, see to it that you by heart it so that you can use it for eliminating. Okay, that is what I can tell you, because these are very difficult questions to answer in the pressure of the exam hall. So you have to by heart this. Rajasthan has iron ore mines, Andhra Pradesh and Jharkhand has gold mines, and state government can do the auction as per the MMDR Act. Okay, which also gives for this fund, District Mineral Foundation. Okay, Bheem, already 2019 also I think a question was there and I showed you. So with reference to digital payments, consider the following statements. Bheem app allows the user to transfer money to anyone with a UPI enabled bank account. That is true. That is a general definition. Okay, you also would be sending money through Bheem app or Google Pay or Phone Pay and all. Here they're especially asking about Bheem app because it's an Indian thing. So while a chip PIN debit card has 4 factors of authentication, Bheem has only 2 factors. Here is again a little difficult. Actually, it's not 2 factors, it is 3 factors. Okay, and it was an Indian Express article with the same caption. Okay, the caption, the title of the news, but it was an older news, January 2017. And the exam happens in June 2018. So they were asking 1.5-year-old current affair. See, the heading itself is this thing. 3-factor authentication is the key safety feature on this. And this is the screenshot. Okay, 3 levels of authentication. One is this device ID and mobile number. Then the bank account thing. And third one will be the PIN which you create in your app. If you are using Google Pay and all, you will know, you will create a PIN for that. So these 3 levels are there, and it was an Indian Express article, a very old article. So that's why I tell my students, when somebody asks like, sir, how many months current affair I should do, there is no specific answer to it. It depends on the mood of UPSC. Some year like 2018, they're asking 1.5 year, 2-year-old current affair. Some other years, they will ask only the recent 6 months of current affair. So there is nothing which is good or which is bad. You can do last 24 months at least for safety. Okay, like your prelims is in this October, at least from October 2018 if you do. So 2018 to 19, 19 to 20, 24 months if you do, you are much safer. Okay, and you will study a lot of content like this. So here the answer will be 1 only. It is not 2 factors, it is 3 factors, and this is a definition. Okay, the answer is 1 only. Question number 29. Among the following cities, which one lies on the longitude closest to that of Delhi? So again, the person setting the question paper had no other job, or I don't know what is he thinking when he sets these kind of questions. Okay, because these are not things which you will study from your Oxford Atlas or you will study from previous year papers. It's like a new invention by them, okay, altogether. And there's no reason to ask this. It's not like something happened in Delhi or something happened in Bangalore or something. They just thought, okay, let me trouble students by making them think the positions of these things in the map. Because previous year the map question was again like that, like if you travel from Kottayam to Kohima, how many states you will have to touch. So you have to sit inside the exam hall and imagine your Indian map. That is what they are expecting you to do. Okay, you should know every state, every city. So if you see here, this is what I have taken, like Delhi to Bangalore, it's like almost in the straight line. But if you see, Hyderabad is like very near again, and Nagpur is little away, and Pune is little too much away. Okay, so a general idea if you have, maybe Pune and Nagpur would have eliminated, but students were confused between Hyderabad and Bangalore, and it is okay to be confused also. Okay, the person who has set the question paper is expecting you to know everything like this. So I don't know, next year they will ask something else, like what is in the, at least if they are asked like what passes through the Indian Standard Time, okay, like this, or what passes through the Tropic of Cancer, which goes like this, that is a little bit understandable. But simply asking like just because Delhi is the capital, what passes in the same line of Delhi is not a standard UPSC question. Okay, so these are questions which disappoint even us, okay, because we are also trying to match their standards and they are going even low. Okay, they are going lower than UPSC standards. Now ILO, International Labour Organization conventions. Okay, there are many conventions. So 138 and 182 are related to this. You should know it because it was in news, because India actually ratified it. Okay, India actually agreed to it. So cabinet approves ratification of minimum age convention number 138 and worst forms of child labor convention number 182. Okay, so this was like this, even every newspaper had it. And see, it's again 2017 and you are giving your exam in June 2018. So it is 15-month-old current affair. Okay, so this one, that's why I'm telling 2018 paper was tough in all aspects. Current affairs were older, options were tougher, then this thing, question phrasing was difficult, time needed to solve one question was difficult, everything was more. Okay, so I hope this series is helping you, because I'm trying to make you understand UPSC. Okay, because without this you cannot clear this exam. Now 2020 students can take 2 minutes to read this and come and enroll to the subjects which you are weak in. Okay, like if you feel you have not done older current affair, that you can get it. If you have not done newer current affair, you can get this. If you have not done economics or economic survey till now, you can get this. Geography, environment, science, spectrum alone, or spectrum included in this full package of history, or the entire package where you will study everything. In the next 50 days, sit and study everything. Even a timetable is there, 50-day timetable. You can go and do this. It will help you score at least 40 questions, 80 marks easily. Okay, that is guaranteed from my test series. Okay, because I have been doing this since last 3 years and every time questions are coming. Okay, not like question will come, but the statements will be there in one form or the other in revision charts or test series or snippet card, somewhere it will be there. So you can contact me. This is my WhatsApp number, or you can email if you are not there on WhatsApp. So I'll come up with the next episode tomorrow. Till then, enjoy your learning. Thank you and have a nice day.